from the local station. This is Weather Authority Weekday.
Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the Weather Authority Weekday Show. I'm meteorologist Michelle McCormick, and I hope you had a really great weekend. It was a beautiful weekend across our area. We had some warm temperatures, not as hot, and we had some dry weather as well. Now, let's take a look at what some people saw as haziness over the weekend. And thanks to our Snapjacks viewers who sent in these pictures. Now, this is actually quite cool. So it's, well, depending on how you look at it, meteorologically, it's kind of cool. So we had the Canadian wildfires, the smoke at a very higher level affect our weather over the weekend. And that's what brought these hazy conditions on Saturday. Now, we have a few Snapjacks viewers here that sent us these pictures of the sun being in a haze. And I'm looking around going, where did this come from? Well, the smoke followed the cold front that came through on Friday and kind of dropped into our area, leaving behind a haze, which is just kind of a neat thing. And if we can go back, Caitlin, to the National Weather Service map. Yeah, this one. This is really cool. It kind of shows you the dip. So if you look up north into Canada and you see the dip down, that's where the haze was. And it wasn't just here in Jacksonville. It was actually across most of the country on the eastern seaboard. So pretty meteorologically pretty cool. All right, let's bring it on back home. And today we're going to have warming temperatures. We have some sunny skies. I was just sitting outside getting some sun, and it feels quite nice, already 83 degrees. So we're going to fly through the 80s quite quickly. And that humidity is going to stay right at that 50%. You'll feel like a little more moisture in the air compared to yesterday. And these beachgoers are already setting up shop and calling it a day. Look at this. The winds are going to shift as well. The winds over the past few days have been out of the north and the west following that cold front. Now the winds are going to shift and they're going to be coming in out of the east. And that east wind is going to kind of give us that moderate rip current chance as well. So the tides today, we had low tide at 8:16 this morning. We're going to have high tide coming up at 2:20 this afternoon. For your boaters, low tide coming up in about 30 minutes or so, and then high tide this afternoon. That's at the Main Street Bridge. Now, here's the rip current risk that we were talking about. It's moderate, which just means conditions aren't the greatest if you aren't a strong swimmer. If you do need to get in water and practice your strokes or kick around a little bit, make sure you're in front of a lifeguard. If for some reason you start feeling distressed during your time in the water, roll over on your back. Floating is a great way to stay calm, and it's also a great way to get attention sometimes from a lifeguard if you need additional help. Meanwhile, check out the temperatures across the area. We were as low as 64 out in McClenny this morning. Now we're 20 degrees warmer. We're going to move up 5 to 6, maybe up to 8 degrees warmer in some spots today. So just keep that in mind. But this is what we have coming up. Today's going to be a relatively nice day. We're going to have the winds shifting from the east. They're going to bring in a little bit of a sea breeze. You can follow the blue arrows here and even see the line where the sea breeze is. Now, we could have some possible afternoon showers developing in our southern counties like Alachua, Putnam, all the way into St. Johns County this morning. But tomorrow afternoon, we'll have more of a line of showers along the sea breeze, which will be mostly between US 301 and I-75. Wednesday is going to be our big rainmaker day as we have some lift out of the south with warming air and then the east breeze coming in from a high pressure system that's going to be positioned off the coast of the Carolinas. It's going to be bringing in some of that east wind as well, bringing in some moisture on shore along with this weather coming in from the south. That's going to cause pretty much a widespread rain event on Wednesday. Not expecting too much of a severe event with this, but can never rule out heavy downpours, gusty winds, and an isolated thunderstorm. Today, we'll be up in the 90s by 3 o'clock, and it's going to feel a little moist out there, so some high humidity as well. Yeah, make sure you have the sunscreen. Make sure you stay hydrated. If you're susceptible to high heat illnesses, definitely go inside during those high heat hours of the day, because here's a look at these temperatures for this afternoon as we move through the low 90s for just about everyone and upper 80s in our southern zones as we get more rain opportunity with some cloud coverage as well. Tonight, temperatures will drop down into the upper 70s. Sunset's at 8:25 tonight. Sunrise this morning was at 6:25. 12 full hours of sunshine today. Love it. It's almost, we're like 3 weeks out from summer. Can you believe it? 70 degrees overnight. Now, June 1st, we know, we've been saying it, is the start of hurricane season. And thankfully, knock on wood, we have nothing really to talk about. That's the good news. In the Atlantic Basin, the first named storm of the year will be Andrea when it does, if it does happen. We can probably guess that it will happen at some point. Whether it approaches our area or not, there will likely be an A storm. We've already seen an A storm over in the Pacific region, which doesn't affect our weather whatsoever, and that's Alvin. So we were watching closely yesterday a low 20% chance of any development in the Yucatan Peninsula, Bay and Campeche area, but that has definitely fallen apart. All right, so good news on the hurricane season start. Okay, so the Jumbo Shrimp are back in town starting tomorrow. They play the Durham Bulls. And tomorrow's also Bring Your Dog to the Ballpark Day. How cool is that? I wish I could go and bring my pup. And you get a free dog water bowl. How cool is that? So check that out tomorrow. First pitch, I think, is at 7:05. Wednesday is when we might have a little bit of a rainy issue at the ballpark. And Thursday also looks to be a little rainy and stormy as well for your Jumbo Shrimp enjoyment. Always check ahead and be prepared. Pack a poncho on Wednesday and Thursday and into the weekend too. What happens after Thursday is we have these cloudy conditions on Wednesday and Thursday, which will keep the temperature in the mid to upper 80s only. But then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we move back into 90-degree weather, and that 90-degree weather will help fire off some of those afternoon showers and storms. So we're kind of reaching that point of the year where we have those summer-like patterns. Now, fun fact, May was the hottest May on record in Jacksonville. We had 19 days at 90 degrees and above as our high temperature, and also at Craig Airfield. So hot May. It wasn't just your imagination. It was truly record heat that we were experiencing in May. And now as we move into June, the first day of June, the high was only 87 degrees, and today we're looking for a high of 90. All right, folks, when we come back, Wednesday of this week, June 4th, is Global Running Day. I had the opportunity to talk to a representative. Her name is Sarah. She is with one of the board members of Marathon High. And Marathon High is an amazing organization that works with area high schools, training students who, in an afternoon club, are learning how to run a 13.1 half marathon. And it's quite the event that happens. It's an amazing opportunity for kids who might not otherwise be involved in running or introduced to running. It's a great way to meet friends and learn how to compete. So coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at Marathon High and Global Running Day. I hope you stick around. We'll be right back. Joining me right now is Sarah. She is representing Marathon High, and we are going to talk about Global Running Day. And we are here at First Place Sports on Bay Meadows Road, where this big running event is happening on Wednesday, June 6th. Sarah, thanks for joining me today.
Hey, how are you? And it's June 4th.
June 4th. Did I say June 6th?
You did.
I did. Okay, June 4th.
June 4th, Global Running Day at 6 p.m. right here at First Place Sports on Bay Meadows. Global Running Day, huge event.
All right, we're going to take a little walk, and we're going to show y'all what you can expect when you come out here on Wednesday. We're going to talk about how this is a fundraiser right here for Marathon High. Okay, Sarah, tell me about Marathon High and your connection.
Yeah.
While we walk.
Oh, okay, while we walk. Marathon High is a local nonprofit, and we go into the public high schools here in Northeast Florida, and we teach the high school kids who sign up how to run a half marathon, with the target race being the Donna half marathon that is in February. Marathon High is a complete nonprofit, so we just run on donations, and JTC does Global Running Day. It's one of our largest fundraisers of the year, raising close to $8,000 each year. Marathon High, we give the kids shoes, we give them support, and it's for athletes of all ability. So not just the track club kids or the cross country kids, but those who've never really been into fitness before.
Yeah, what I love about Marathon High is that you're training kids to be on time, to learn a new skill for some of them. Talk to us about the importance of the high schoolers in this program.
Well, high school is so important because it's high school, and there's a lot of stuff going on when you're in high school. A lot of peer pressure, a lot of emotions and all those things. And what this really does with the kids is it's so supportive. So there's camaraderie amongst the kids. Everybody's waiting for each other. There's huge coach support. So in the program, the main coach has to be a teacher within the high school. So that's huge. And then we get running buddies who volunteer their time to also be supportive. So it's fantastic. We have streakers. So some of the streakers will get a streaker award at the end of their graduation. And then Marathon High, one of the biggest perks for the kids too is that we have a scholarship program. So we'll give up to $500 for those kids to fill out an application, write us an essay, and it's not based on GPA or where you're going to school afterwards. So it's a fantastic scholarship program.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's been amazing since the very beginning in the schools. How do you recruit schools to come on board?
Well, that's one of the challenges with us is that we have to get into the public school system. So we need support within the counties. So we do kickoff events. So we try to get into the school for school recruiting for club days, and really have to connect with the principals and the leaders within the Duval County schools. And it really is a grassroots project. So we need the kids and the coaches to be like, hey, we need this. And this last year was the first year we added coach stipends to the coaches, because it's a lot of time and it's a lot of effort. And we know our teachers, sometimes aren't fully funded, and they give their heart, their soul, and sometimes their paycheck to support the kids. So it's our way of trying to encourage them by throwing a little money at the end of the year.
So this event that's happening, Global Running Day, why is that day important for you guys?
Well, it's a way to bring awareness to fitness. So you don't have to be an avid runner. You can be, hey, I'm just going to put my shoes on and come out. Of course, we have hot dogs, hamburgers, and ice cream and all those fun things, but it's really an awareness to run. Put on your sneakers and start a fitness journey, or just see friends that you're already in the fitness journey with here locally.
And how do people sign up to be a part of this?
Yeah, so you can go to First Place Sports. I believe they have it on their website. And the Jacksonville Track Club, JTC, is the sponsor for Global Running Day. So you can go to their website, their Facebook page. You can go to Marathon High, and there's all sorts of links. I'm sure you'll put one on your website.
yes, we will.
It's a $10 donation. And of the $10 donation, Global JTC matches dollar for dollar.
Nice.
Not dollar for dollar. So if you show up the day of, you can just show up the day of. It's a little bit more. So we actually encourage you to show up the day of, because they match every dollar.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
So it's, what time does it start? On Wednesday the 4th.
Wednesday the 4th, it starts at 6 p.m. Hoka is one of the sponsors that is sponsoring Kilwin's Ice Cream. And then we have Deerwood Family Eye Center is another sponsor. I think they'll have a tent here. So just show up, run a mile, run 3, have fun, beer, hamburgers, hot dogs, ice cream, camaraderie.
And is it best to come early, because parking can be dicey?
Parking can be dicey, yes. So definitely come early. Marathon High will also have a tent here. We usually have some kids that are here to run and hold the tent in, and of course take your donations.
Yes, of course. And of course, First Place Sports is sponsoring this as well. They have a great facility here on Bay Meadows Road. We're right at Bay Meadows, where it becomes San Jose Boulevard. It's the headquarters of First Place Sports. So Sarah, what other information do you want to get out before we say goodbye?
I just want to say come out or go to the website marathonhighfl.org, learn about us. If you've got kids in the public school system and the high school school system, encourage them to run, encourage your administrators to support us, get the kids in there, show up, have a hot dog, and make the world a good running day.
Hey,
Get the
I
cardio
agree.
up.
And come out and show your support and just be healthy on Global Running Day.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, see you then.
Such a great cause. I have been affiliated with the Donna Marathon and Half Marathon for 18 years, and every year we have the Marathon High groups come out, the volunteer coaches. Some of them are streakers, which what means streaker? That means someone who's done it every year since they were founded in 2011. So I'm going to put that on our website on a story that is about Global Running Day and how you can get involved. And maybe you want to learn how to do a 5K or even run a half marathon. It's not too late to get up and get it done, and Global Running Day is a great day to start. All right, let's take one final look at the 7-day forecast for you. All right, nice warm day today. Temperatures back up near 90. Tomorrow we'll hover around that 90-degree mark and a little more opportunity for some afternoon showers on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll have more widespread rain across the entire area, as well as on Thursday. Isolated showers and thunderstorms are possible on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, those taper off. 90-degree weather comes back as we approach the first full weekend of June as we get closer to the start of summer. All right, folks, we really appreciate you tuning in on News4JAX Plus as well as online. I am meteorologist Michelle McCormick. Make it a great day.
See why every day more people are choosing News4JAX, Northeast Florida and South Georgia's #1 source for local news.